One of the only times you really don't want stuff to go wrong is on your wedding day, before the wedding. Really, you want it to be, easy breezy, done. Wedding stress-free. I know they're not at all, and we've seen that from this channel, right? There's been so many times we've had some kind of wedding drama, whether it be the dress, the venue, an Airbnb host. Seems like a lot of weddings are cursed, right? We're looking at a wedding story time today from the user Big Al over on Instagram, no, TikTok. She's the 2026 bride, and this is her unfortunate story.
My name is Alyssa. I'm a 2026 bride trying to get married in July, 5 months away, and I had to cancel my freaking wedding. So let's get into it. I am just so excited to drag this fucking wedding venue. Okay? This is gonna be a little bit longer video, so let's lock in. Okay, we found this venue, Villa Terrace in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And
listen, no shame in naming the people. Well, we don't know the story yet, but if they've done something really bad, name them. This is someone's wedding, right? If somebody else goes to plan a wedding at this place, they might want to know this story.
We saw it and we immediately fell in love with it, and we said, you know what? We're getting married one time. Like, this is our day. Like, we're going to put the money in for it. And that's that. We still said yes. We said yes because when we were looking at the proposal at the time, it said that that was including the food and beverage. Food and beverage was a $3,000 minimum. In our opinion, that was a
$3,000. Weddings are crazy. Weddings are go to Costco, get some sandwich platters, you know what I mean? Get some, a $3,000 that's insane.
Deal, considering that other venues were quoting us $30,000 for a minimum. So
Jeez.
We agreed. I signed my pretty little name down on that dotted line.
Oh wait, was that for the whole venue or just for the food? Because if that's a whole venue, great.
And I said, you know what, this is going to be okay. And we are totally expecting this to go up just maybe a couple grand for the food and beverage because we don't know what options of food we're going to be choosing.
Right.
So like totally fine. We review the cancellation policy as well. And where I'm sitting right now, 5 months out, we are within like a 90 to 180 day window for canceling. So we could get 50% back. All right.
That's a huge cancellation fee of 50%. I'm sure that's pretty normal.
In our mind, I signed on that dotted line and we're like, we're going to be paying half of that. This is where things started to get really shitty, okay? We had our menu tasting a month ago and everything went really well. We picked out all our stuff. Don't get me wrong, we did pick out some pricier options, so we were kind of expecting this to be elevated a little bit in the price range. We get this new proposal back a week later, $26,000 for 70 guests.
Okay, what can you be making that costs $26,000 for 30, what did she say, 30 or 20, no, what did she say? However many guests, I mean, even 100 guests to eat. That to me is crazy. I'll do it for less, and I can't even cook.
What?
Yeah,
Brandon and I start to freak out, as one does. That's a lot of money.
That's insane.
Brandon created a tracker and he was going through all the options, and then we got to the bare minimum, down to the bones of what we needed, as like it was necessary and it was mandatory, like that we had to have this stuff. It only brought it down $5,000. So we're like, you know what? There's a million other things in our personal lives that are going on right now that are massively affecting this. Massively. On top of that, we want to buy our first home as well. And this just is not allowing us to do that. So we're like, you know what? As much as we don't want to, we have to back out. We can't do this. And I am not ashamed to say that. I would much rather not be in debt over all of that. And mind you, when we put...
Being in debt over, like, wedding food is crazy. Is absolutely crazy. You know what? Say to your guests, eat before you come. Yeah.
all this together with the taxes and the gratuity and all the other hidden fees that we didn't even know about, this came out to about $50,000 just for the venue and the food and beverage. That's not including all our other vendors. That's not including my dress. We said, no, sorry. So we emailed the little event coordinator. We're like, hey, we cannot do this. I'm so sorry. But for personal reasons and financial reasons, we have to say no. I guess I forgot this part. Let's roll it back a little bit. When we got that $26,000 invoice, that's when we said no. So we did not sign on that. And mind you, this is a proposal. Just a proposal.
Okay.
So this is not set in stone, this $26,000 thing. She even mentioned that when we were at the tasting. She said, you can change anything you need to. This is not set in stone yet. We're like, okay. This event coordinator says you need to be paying on this new proposal. So with this new proposal, we would owe an additional $7,000 versus the old original contract, we would only owe about $100. So $100 to $7,000. That's a difference. That's a difference.
Yeah.
Can somebody please make it make sense on how I have to pay an additional $7,000 for a proposal that has not been signed? How am I responsible for that additional amount of money? That doesn't make sense to me. We're canceling. We're not utilizing the place. You're not even shutting the place down for us. We have to wait for you to close in order for us to set up and get married. Like, you're not losing any money. You're gaining it. I'm losing.
So sometimes, like, I can understand with venues where it's like a hotel, right? If you're having a wedding there and it's going to go on to whatever time in the morning, you book up rooms. You book rooms within the hotel, right? You pay for what they're going to lose out on. I get that. But if this whole business is, you know, you have to wait for this business to be shut before you do anything, what are you paying for? They're not losing anything. They're literally profiting off everything.
Make it make sense. So, if you get anything from this video, just know to not book with Villa Terrace. Like, the amount of money that you're paying to get married in Wisconsin, this isn't LA or Miami or New York, you know, like, what? There's so many things going wrong. I have to cancel my entire wedding and canceling vendors, and I have to find something closer at home. I swear to God, like, if there's like another bad thing that happens, we're having a courthouse wedding and then we're going on vacation. I don't give a shit. I don't care.
Do it. Save yourself some money. Get that house. You know what I mean?
If we celebrate with family at this point,
yeah.
Like, I'm done. I don't want to do this. Being a bride and getting married is supposed to be such a fun experience. And oh my gosh, this just is the cherry on top and is ruining everything. I don't understand who is affording that in 2026. But when we included that venue price and then the food and beverage price and then all of our vendors and like my dress and Braden's suit, all of that, we're looking at about $60,000. So
yeah,
I'm out. I'm done. We're waiting on another response from this lady, and I'm going to lose it if she tries to come up with another excuse on why we have to pay that. Make it make sense. My name is not signed in that little new dotted line. Have fun with that information because I'm freaking out. Every single day, somebody has to give me an additional amount of bad news. Every day. I cry every day. Make it stop. I'm tired. I'm so tired. And all I can do, like, what else can you do but laugh? You know? Like, what? Great. Now I'm depressed and sad and broke? Great. Eloping in some cool place is sounding really cool right now. Really fucking cool. So don't book with the Villa Terrace.
Right, listen, do it. Going on a really nice vacation would probably cost you so much less, well, evidently, than this wedding you had in mind, right? Also, I know for a fact, having done makeup in the wedding industry, that there is a premium on everything wedding. You go for a meal and tell them it's like your wedding meal, put money on that. Tell them it's your birthday. Yeah, it's my birthday. I'm just, you know, wearing a wedding dress at the same time. People take the piss. Venues, decorators, they take the piss.
If you're new here, my name is Alyssa, 2026 bride, and I had to cancel my wedding venue 5 months out. If you saw my previous video, that explains the gist of the situation. There's a decent amount of people in the comments for some reason that think I'm in the wrong here, and you know what? Shit, maybe I am at a legal level. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. I just wanted to make a second video to explain a few things on where people are getting a little confused and think that I'm confused. So I think just clearing that up might help. Also, the wedding venue has not sent a response yet. So that's kind of given me a signal, hey, maybe they thought we weren't going to fight them on this and they were just going to get a shit ton of cash out of this young couple. You know what I mean? Not going to happen. First and foremost, I know what a food and beverage minimum is. I'm aware. It's in the name. Totally got it. Shut up. I'm aware that...
So it's when you have the minimum amount, like they're not going to make a meal for 5 people, you know what I mean?
It is $3,000 and it can go up. But it went up to $26,000.
I still don't get how that happened.
I'm not paying that. That's an insane amount of money for 70 people. Thanks. Just to recap the whole situation, let's put this out there, all right? I signed a contract that has the venue price and the food and beverage minimum. That, with taxes and everything, came out to $20,000, right? That's a lot of money.
Done.
I'm still going to pay it. Braden and I decided on that as a team. We're good to go. We're having our dream wedding. We have our menu tasting. we get invoiced another proposal, mind you. My name is not on this proposal signed, okay? For $26,000 for food and beverage. We look at it, we say,
so they're like, okay, this is what you might like, and this is, it's like giving, like she said, a proposal. So it isn't the case that they have signed this and like, yeah, this is exactly what we want to do. It's all getting prepped, you know, all this kind of stuff. They have just said, if you want to do this, this is how much this is going to cost. It's like when you price up a vacation, it's like, if you want to go on this vacation, this is how much this is going to cost. You haven't signed anything, you haven't paid a deposit or anything yet.
Oh no, I'm not spending almost 50 grand on this place.
50K total.
Not doing it.
To a venue and food and
beverage.
beverage.
House. That's a super sick honeymoon that we could take. That's the start of our lives. Now we go into the cancellation policy, right? We are 90 to 180 days out from this wedding, right? That means we have to pay 50% of what is owed.
Okay.
Whatever. I totally get that. In my mind, I signed off on that $20,000 first initial contract, so I will be paying half of that. Shit. We've already paid almost 10 grand, so we
$10,000 for to do nothing. Ugh.
In that scenario would only owe a little over $100.
Oh, okay, fine. Oh my
God. The event coordinator
thought,
is charging us for both that $20,000 and the $26,000 for the food and beverage, combining them and telling us we owe 50% on that.
So another 7,000
Why
to
am
10,000.
I paying for both of those when my name is only signed on one and not the other?
Yeah.
Mind you, I can even pull up these files for you. The one says contract. The other says proposal. Can you learn the difference between those two?
Yeah.
I'm not paying on a proposal that doesn't even have my name on it. Get a grip. So, for everybody who's saying I need a lawyer, it seems...
I think she's right. And I mean, she's about to say, people are saying she needs a lawyer. I mean, you're going to spend more money on the lawyer anyway. I think she's in the right here, right?
It's like, I'm probably going to need an attorney in Milwaukee. And, you know, I have no money left. So if anybody wants to donate to that lawyer fund, hit your girl up. There's a Venmo in my bio. No, but really, what? You're not getting 7 grand out of me. You are not getting that much money out of me for providing me nothing. You're not providing me the food or beverage. You haven't planned anything in advance. You don't prep the food in advance. It's not hanging around for 100 days. The chef isn't like, oh, I better start making this now. You know what I mean? I'm on her side here. I get contracts. I understand contracts. You know what I mean? I know they are legally binding, and once you sign it, you then can't go against it. But she's signed a contract and she's willing to give that money, you know, that she owes, which I still think is crazy to me, 50%. Because they could easily get someone in there, getting them married to take their place. But to then say, oh, but we were gonna charge you this much as a proposal. You thought about it, but now we also want to charge you for the idea of doing something. Bought any of the liquor, wine, beer, whatever. You're not shutting the place down for us. This place is staying open throughout the entire day. We have to wait until they shut down so I can get married. You're not losing money there. Tell me what you've spent your money on to where I have to pay you for that. Like, you've spent barely any time with me. I've had this one menu tasting with our coordinator. That is basically the one time where she has done work for us. That's all I'm going to say. If anybody else has any other questions, hit me up because I'll drag you too. Don't have a big wedding.
Totally on her side. I'm totally on her side. I think it's crazy. I think that's absolutely insane. But here's the deal, right? This place can be like, you owe us all this money, and she could be like, oh, they're saying I owe them money, I need to give them money, you know, maybe we'll get in trouble if we don't give him this. Or she can hire a lawyer, which is going to cost maybe just as much as this fee in the first place. So what do you do? What's the deal? It's like a no-win situation. She's losing out on money, which is still quite a lot of money for basically not doing anything. But at the same time, they said this is how much your food is going to cost from this amount. What was it? 7,000? Okay. 7, 8, 9, 10,000. Okay. Crazy still. It's crazy the amount people pay for weddings. But then to be like, no, it's 26,000 for your food. And what's it going to be? A bit of chicken? Bit of poorly cooked chicken?
Everybody's like, where did the videos go? Why are they taken down? Blah, blah, blah. They're taken down for a reason. Without saying too much, it brings me peace on my side if they're down right now. But they will be reposted because I believe other people need to understand the situation, even after it's settled. Whether it's positive or negative, I don't care. And I'm a petty bitch, so. But what the previous videos were about? Girl, I don't know. Who knows?
Oh, has something happened?
You guys are having a better experience than I am. On the bright side, I have a bunch of brides following me now, so that's all I could have ever wanted. Have a great night. Hopefully we have an update before the weekend so I don't have to sit in anxiety.
I wonder, because these videos got quite a lot of views, so I do wonder if the venue has been like, oh, please take your videos down, and we'll only make you pay half off the cancellation fee. You know, this is why you call out companies and brands online.
All right, listen up. This is the last response. If you're new here, my name's Alyssa. I'm a 2026 bride and I had to cancel my venue 5 months out. I was able to put the videos back up that I posted yesterday, so if you want to get caught up on the whole situation, go watch those. Basically, we had a whole issue with what we were supposed to be paying on our invoices, and they were telling us that we needed to pay half of $47,000 in order to cancel.
Crazy.
When I only agreed to a $20,000 bill, and we've already paid 10 grand, so we shouldn't owe anything, and they wanted us to pay this additional amount of money, right? Okay. So we finally got our last response back from them today. They agreed to say, hey, you don't owe anymore. Let's officially cancel, sign this paper, and we can be on our way. And we said, good. Yes. They ended it on a positive note.
Okay, good.
A new lady had to step in, totally fine. That's all I could ask for. One thing I do want to get clear, though, is everything that I said on those previous videos wasn't a lie. And I'm also not calling this place a scam. They are a business. They're just doing what they need to do. They're just...
Okay, the business has definitely been in touch, because she's kind of like saying, like, maybe the business came at her and saying, you know, this could be defamation. Could you take these down? Saying this comes across like this. You know what I mean? So the place must have been in touch and been like, this is damaging to us. You need to fix this.
Just charging a lot of money that, like, I just wasn't aware of when I heard a $3,000 minimum. It skyrocketed up to 26. Okay,
it's crazy.
That's all I'm gonna say. If you want to get married at this venue, go for it. If you're planning on getting married there, and they're treating you nicely, and you're okay with those fees, have fun. Get married there.
If you're happy with it,
sure. I've had plenty of brides ask me if they should cancel their venue. Like, girl.
And she could get in trouble for that technically, or could she, lawyers? Because I doubt lawyers watching this video, because she is stopping that company from making money through her content, right?
Do what you feel you need to.
Loss of earnings.
Do, because this was just my situation.
Yeah.
Clearly they're still in business and plenty of brides have loved that venue and they can afford it. I'd just much rather put that money on a down payment on a house, you know what I mean? That's all I'm gonna say. That's the final update. We are officially done with them and cut ties. Am I getting married in Indiana or Wisconsin? Or at all at this point? I don't know. We have to figure that out, like, this weekend. It just sucks because, you know, that was a lot of money down the drain for absolutely nothing. And it's just making the wedding planning process not fun at all, which sucks because this is your one time you get to do it. But we're done. That's all I could have asked for. And seems like a great start to my weekend. That's that.
That is not the end of this. We have one more update from her.
3 million of you freaking psychos saw my video and blew it up. I love you for that. If I could save just one bride from making the mistakes that I did or going through the process that I had to deal with, that's a win in my book, honestly. I wasn't expecting things to escalate that quickly and to that level, which really sucks. You gotta just deal with it as it comes. With that, yes, as everyone has been talking about in these fucking comments, I am out $10,000. I had to take a break this weekend because you guys, you be talking.
Imagine that feeling. Imagine that feeling of losing $10,000 on absolutely nothing. Ugh.
Some shit, all right? And in my DMs. But I'm not taking it personally because I know you wouldn't say that to my face. But I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna move it to the side and move on. About the $10,000 part though. I'm just like, oh yeah, throw $10,000 out the window. No, the wedding is not my personality. I have like 3 other things going on in my life that are just like skyrocketing and shooting me through the roof. And Brayden too, you know, like we're a team. We make joint decisions. We do shit together here. It's a lot, especially like in your relationship, like things.
You know what? Literally go and sign a paper, take yourself on a nice vacation. You know what I mean? Everyone will understand. It's a lot of money. You're saving for something else. You've lost $10,000 on absolutely nothing, not to rub it in, you know, couldn't be helped. You were kind of sold this idea for a certain price and they bumped it up by what? Another 10 grand. Is absolutely insane. Something in the wedding industry, marriage industry, has to give a little bit. Why is getting married so expensive? just because you want to have a little party. You know what I mean? It is insane. 26, let's just think about that. $26,000 for food. For food. It's crazy. You can order everyone their own meal from somewhere really fancy and it's not going to come to that. That is absolutely insane. And I get, you know, the caterers, the wait staff, maybe dressing the table, all this kind of stuff. But no, absolutely the fuck not. What is your maximum you would pay for a wedding? What is the max you would pay for a wedding? Are you even interested in paying for a wedding that's going to cost you tens of thousands? Let me know in the comments down below. I'll be very interested to see people's opinion on this because I know people want that dream wedding. No shame, love that for you. And I know there's people that are like, I'm not spending that on any kind of wedding event ever. Let me know your opinions down below. Thank you for joining me as always. Subscribe if you have not already. Give this video a thumbs up and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.